So when you are trying to tell someone how you feel about them, you don't explicitly need to tell them or elaborate on how you feel about them. All you need to do really is just ask them out. I desperately want to tell her how I feel. Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about what to do when you desperately want to tell her how you feel about her. So this is something that I used to do when I was a teenager. Basically, I always wanted to tell them how I feel, and sometimes I did. There are a couple of occasions when I was at school, so when I was about 14 or 15, I would send a girl a letter telling her how I felt about her, or over, I think it was MSN back then, doing stuff like that. And it never worked. Telling them how I felt about them never worked. And there's a couple of reasons why it didn't work out for me. First of all, I was gay, so I was asking out girls that were most likely straight because I didn't think that I would find someone else like me. I was in very much of a mindset of scarcity. Like, I didn't think there was many other lesbians out there. So I would ask out straight girls because I thought, oh, well, maybe they're bi or maybe they're gay too, but they're just better at not showing it or something. I would tell them how I felt. But the second thing that I did wrong was that I went from 0 to 100. I would just go out and say to them, I'm in love with you. I would write them a letter basically saying that, or actually saying that, you know. And it's so embarrassing. The only time you should be telling a girl how you feel about them, like really, like telling them that you love them and stuff, is when you're in a relationship with them, when you have started that committed relationship and you've established that you're exclusive with one another. You shouldn't be doing this with a girl who you're just friends with, or a girl that you don't really know that well. Saying that you're in love with them is just too much too soon. Even saying that you simply have feelings for them, elaborating on those feelings and writing a long Facebook essay or writing them an actual letter, or sending them a long text or leaving them a long voicemail explaining how much you like them. That's too much too soon for someone who you're not in a relationship with. So when you are trying to tell someone how you feel about them, you don't explicitly need to tell them or elaborate on how you feel about them. All you need to do really is just ask them out. You just need to say to them that you think that they're attractive and ask them out. So if you want to know how to do this and you would like to see an example, then please go and watch this video on how to ask a girl out. That's the best way to tell a girl that you like them, because you don't actually have to elaborate. You don't actually have to say how you feel and what's going on inside of your heart and your head, because just by simply asking them out on a date, you're showing them that you like them. When a girl has someone come up to them and asks them out, that act of asking them out shows them that you like them, because why else would you be asking them out? You wouldn't be asking them out because you don't like them, because you're not interested in them and you just want to be friends. They know that. They can sense that. They know that the reason why you're asking them out is because you like them. So you don't need to tell them how you feel about them. You can completely save face on that perspective. Now, obviously that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to say yes, but by just asking them out, it saves a lot of face. If you tell them that you're in love with them and you explain all your feelings away, basically, you're putting yourself in a much more vulnerable position. So it's much more easier and less emotionally draining on you, and it's going to be less of a heartbreak if they do say no, if you just simply ask them out. And by doing that, you're not going full ahead, you're just simply testing the waters. A lot of people want to get in that relationship straight away instead of doing the whole dating process. But you need to do the dating process. There's a reason why courting has been around for so long. You know, you need to get to know each other in a romantic setting where you two can be alone before either of you can decide whether or not you want to be with each other or not. That's the whole point of dating, and why I think it's so important that we do that in this day and age. You know, we still go out and go on dates with each other and spend time with each other and get to know each other that way. And the only way you can do that is in person. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, I've been talking to this girl online, we know each other a lot. No, you don't. You don't know each other. Humans are not designed to get to know someone over the internet. The internet has only been around for the past 30 years. Online dating has been around even less. And Messenger has been around even less. our brains are ancient, okay? Our bodies are ancient. We are not designed to get to know people over the internet, over this fake machine that we have made for ourselves over the last quarter of a century or whatever. That's why when you have been talking to someone online for a long time and you finally do end up meeting each other, you can still sense that awkwardness. And the reason why that awkwardness is there, even though you know each other, is because you don't know each other, because it's the first time you're actually meeting each other. That's why dating is so important. That's how you get to know someone. You get to know someone in person, and which is why girls feel strange when someone tells them that they're in love with them when they haven't had that time together to get to know each other properly. That's why dating is so important. People date each other for, let's say, about 2 months, and then within that 2 months, they decide whether or not they're a good fit. And if they're a good fit, they end up in a relationship with each other. That's how things work. And that's why when you just go up to a girl who you've known for a while, and you just tell them how you feel, it comes across as very unexpected, and you're going from 0 to 100. That you need to have that point where you have that long process to 100, which is the dating process. Okay, that's where you get to know each other. That's where she gets to know you, starts to feel comfortable around you. But if you go from 0 to 100, of course they're going to reject you. Of course they're going to put you in the friend zone, because they haven't developed those feelings yet. Most of the time, feminine women especially, they need some time to get to know you physically, in a physical setting, like going on a date, getting to know each other, hanging out. Physically, they need that time to get used to you and to find out if they actually want to be with you. But I think the trouble is that sometimes, especially if you're masculine, and I'm like this as well, we tend to just see a girl, we can get to know her just a little bit and think, oh yeah, this is a great girl, I want to be in a relationship with her, she seems great. Because we're very instant in that way, we kind of fall in love for our eyes, more than what women do, feminine women especially. So if you're more masculine minded, it's very easy for you to probably fall in love with a girl. Whereas a woman, it takes a lot longer. They need that time to think about you. They need that time to spend with you so they feel comfortable. Basically, so they know that you're a good match. So I know that if you're watching this video and you found this video, then you obviously want to tell her how you feel. But from my experience, all of the times that I've done that haven't worked out. Even with girls who were lesbians, those things just never worked out for me. Going from that 0 to 100, from just being friends or just knowing each other and then me telling them that I'm in love with them, it never worked. The way that I got my fiance, the process that we went through, I asked her out on a date, we met up, I kept contact with her very limited in between dates. I didn't bombard her with messages. We dated once a week, and then eventually we started seeing each other more and more, and then we ended up in a relationship. There are plenty of videos that I've made talking about our interaction and how that first started, so go and watch some of my other videos if you want to find out more about that story. But essentially, I didn't tell her how I felt about her. We didn't start exchanging our feelings for each other until like 2 months into dating each other. But the big thing that I want to make a point of is I still think about those times when I wrote a girl a letter telling them how I felt about them, or sending them a long text, or telling them that I loved them straight away. I regret all of those things, and I look back on them and I just cringe. I cringe so hard at what I did in my past behavior, and because it's so embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So save the embarrassment of putting all your feelings on the table and hoping that it's going to work out, because it's not going to work out, okay? Every time that I tried to do something romantic for a girl I wasn't in a relationship with, because I was trying to get them into a relationship with me, it never worked. The letters never worked. My confessions of love were never reciprocated because it was too much, too soon. So do the right process, and the right process is just asking them out. Again, go and watch that video that I suggested on how to ask a girl out, and then eventually you'll start to see each other more and more, and you'll end up in a relationship. That's how things go. It's a slow, gradual process, and to be honest, it happens usually around the 2 month mark, the 2 to 3 month mark, depending on how often you've seen each other. And to be honest, that's not that much time, okay? I say it's a slow, gradual process, but really that's not that much time, okay? If you think about it, if you really think about it, It's not that long. So I know you desperately want to tell her how you feel right now, but it's best for you to just simply ask her out, see how she responds. If she says yes, that's great. Date each other once a week. Try to keep contact in between those dates very minimal, and you'll end up in a relationship around the second month. You don't have to complicate things. Don't make it complicated. Take it slow, be patient, and things will work out. Anyway, guys, I hope this video has helped you. If you have any opinions or any stories yourself, perhaps if you've ever wrote a letter to a girl and what happened, you know, what was the situation, what happened, what was the conclusion to that. If you have any tips, any opinions, then please leave them down in the comments as well, so we can help each other out. Please like this video, please subscribe, and if you would like to get in touch with me personally and you need help with a specific situation, because obviously these videos are very generalized, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.